Welcome to Rebuild a Toy.
This is a video series where I document my 1970s vintage Matchbox collection. What you see in front of you is the 1957 Chevy. I love this vehicle. I love the color. I love the fact that it has moving parts on the front. This vehicle was first produced in 1979. Now the vehicle you see in front of me, normally I only do vintage 1970s pieces. I don't know for sure if this vehicle was in fact produced and sold in 1970s. It could be 1980s. This particular variation, the pink with the clear window and the chrome interior, this was produced from 1979 through 1981. So it is possible that this vehicle technically is a 1980s vintage, but we'll call it 1970s for the sake of argument because it was originally released in 1979. Let me close the hood here and show you the base on this vehicle. So as you can see, the copyright's 1979, but as we know with Matchbox, that doesn't mean that's when it was produced or manufactured or sold. I'll put it back on there with the hood closed. So this vehicle was produced from 1979 all the way up through 1997, and then Matchbox released a different casting altogether of the 1957 Chevy, which I will not get into the details of that because we are only interested in this casting. In 1982, they released the Cherry Bomb, which was a red that had a tampo on it. This particular variation that you see in front of you, the pink one, the first one, did not have any tampos. Then 1983 to 1992, they produced one that had flames on it, and that's the one I see the most often. It was a black paint with a red front end and then red and yellow flames on the side. And that one is really common, probably because it was produced for nearly a decade. In 1988, they released another variation. This one was rose and red with yellow flames. And then continuing on, 93 to 95, there was a red one. I like that one because it has a silver paint job on the fins. Kind of helps the fins stand out a little bit more. Then they produced a blue model in 1994, and that one also has chrome paint on the fins. In 96, there was a pink and blue design with a kind of a funny looking tampo on the side, typical of the mid-90s. Then they produced a very classic one, which I would love to track down someday, which was in 1996, part of the Premier collection. It was gray that also had silver paint on the wings, or the fins I should say, and it had Goodyear Eagle rubber tires on it. Have fun tracking that one down. I'm sure that's a collector's piece. In 1997, there was yellow and white flames on a blue background. And then in 1997, the final release in this particular design was black with some flames on it. A little bit different flame design than the release back in 1983. So that's the history of that vehicle. I will be racing this on the track, and I will post a link right up here to our Matchbox track that we will be racing this on at some point in the future. Hope you enjoyed this. I have some more vehicles that I will be showing from this era. Thanks for stopping by.